We got 5 ways British and American grocery stores are very different. Now, this is going to be interesting because I can't really think of how different grocery stores can really be from one another. Yeah, let's jump into this, see what we got.
So next time you're in the other country, why not play a game of, oh, look, it's that thing we have back home, but they call it something wildly different. Isn't this fun?
Right, okay.
Hello, I'm Lawrence, and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond, and one of those memos pertains to grocery stores.
Yeah, I suppose, like, names are going to be the biggest difference, right? So, like, what you guys call certain things and what we call certain things. So maybe you might get a little bit confused asking for certain items in the shops, but yeah, I don't know what else could be different.
I say supermarkets, because that's what we call them in the UK. Weirdly, I've been doing this channel now for about nearly 5 years, and I don't think I've really ever touched on the major differences between grocery stores and supermarkets.
Right.
That is probably because the nauseating experience of walking around said stores is second only to malls. I'll be honest with you, we get our shopping delivered. Haven't had to walk into a grocery store in about 3 years.
Yeah, I get
but
delivered
I did do
as
some
well.
research, so it's fine. And so without further ado, let's take a look at 5 big ways that British and American grocery stores / supermarkets are so very, very different.
Right, let's see what we got. The layout.
Yes,
okay.
layout. As you can probably imagine, the layout of American grocery stores tends to be slightly different to that of Britain, but that makes sense. I mean, the United States itself is laid out quite differently to Britain. I don't just mean it's a different shape, I mean it incorporates different shapes. I did a video on this. Basically, America is obsessed with rectangles. Anyway, that's not connected to today's video. I think this difference might have changed a little bit in recent years. For instance, it's a common practice in both countries now to put the fresh veg right near the entrance section to give this illusion of health as you walk in, and then you walk over to the chocolate and everything falls apart. But other than that, as you're walking around the stores in both countries, you will see the odd difference, sometimes very odd difference. So for instance, in some British grocery stores / supermarkets, you might find the eggs not in the dairy section. What's that all about? And since I've moved to America, that seems to make sense, right? It's with the cheese, it's with the milk, the whipped cream. And sort of genre-wise, that does make sense. But sometimes you will find things like eggs just, hanging around with the beans in England, and not.
Yeah, to be fair, the eggs a lot of the time is near the sugars and stuff like that. So the eggs can be in different places.
Refrigerated either. That's a shocking thing for a lot of Americans when they see that. The wine section, refrigerated. Things like eggs just hanging around with the beans in England, and not refrigerated either. That's a shocking thing for a lot of Americans when they see that.
Why eggs in America are refrigerated?
The wine section might be found in a different spot to where you'd find it in US grocery stores. Across both countries though, it's always going to differ, especially depending on the actual store itself. So keep an eye out for that. And kind of connected to layout is our next entry.
Okay, here we go.
I'll say it again. Size is not everything, though you probably wouldn't believe that if you saw the difference between UK supermarkets and American grocery stores. I used to think as a kid that whenever my mum would drag me around Asda, which is one of our major supermarkets, that particular supermarket was absolutely huge. And then I moved to America.
Right, okay, I know where we're going with this. And is this gonna like blow my mind? Because I actually think the supermarkets in the UK are massive.
And I was equally dragged around Walmart. And in recent years, the comparison between the two has become quite apt, and that is because Walmart owns Asda. But the fact remains that Asda, most of them anyway, are not located within their own zip code, postcode. Whereas Walmart, it might as well have its own zip code. They're absolutely huge. They're so large, in fact, that just walking around the perimeter is...
Okay. Bro. Bro, how are you even shopping? Oh, I would just order everything online.
Enough for your weekly exercise, which I suppose is good considering all of the calories that you're about to buy. And because Walmart, and to a lesser extent Kroger, are absolutely massive, that means you have the following.
Alright, there we go.
In the United Kingdom, nationwide, you've got the likes of Sainsbury's, Tesco, Morrison's, Asda. So we have choice in that regard, but once you get inside the stores, we probably don't have quite as much to offer as the United States, who, for instance, provide you with about 27 varieties of Coca-Cola. Offer as the United States, who, for instance, provide you with about 27 varieties of Coke.
Okay. What the hell? Right, listen, you guys know I always drink Coke. I love Coke, right? But wait, what? We have like 4 versions of Coke. Peach, clear, lemon, vitamin. What?
Coca-Cola. I haven't tried them all. In fact, I've barely tried any of them, but the rule seems to be that the brighter the packaging, the more varieties there'll be, and also the brighter the packaging, the least healthy it'll be. So to reiterate, American Isles have more variety than British Isles. That was a joke, wordplay. British Isles, you got it. We're good. Walmart has such variety, you can even buy auto parts. They're usually at the back of the store, which is not the best place between you and me, because what if you're buying a big hefty tire? How are you going to get that out? You could roll it, that's true.
Oh my god, this is ridiculous.
That sounds amazing. I might do that next time I'm in Walmart.
You could buy auto parts at your grocery store. You could... Hey, it's handy. It's handy, just, you know, if you really need one.
Just remembered, I'm never going back in a Walmart, so we're good. And I don't drive. And speaking of purchases, once you get to the till/cash register, there's another chief difference between our
sales
two
tax.
countries.
Here we go.
I have to admit, this one got me long before I moved to the United States when I was visiting the state of Maine in 2004. I walked into a music shop, as you do. I much prefer music shops to supermarkets anyway. And I purchased a ukulele. I think I talked about this very recently. And in doing so, of course, I looked at the price. $15, which is cheap. I mean, don't ever do that again. It was good while it lasted, but it didn't last very long. So I took it to the counter expecting to pay exactly that.
Yeah, this is trippy.
$5 bills, only to be told, you know, $17.32. I mean, I'm making that number up in hindsight.
See, the problem is, right, if you got your card and stuff, that's fine. But let's say I'm a kid, and there will be so many times I'd go to the shop with like £5, and I'd like go there and I'd get everything for £5. I'll add it up in my head. Blah, 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 done. Right, okay. What about? I got 5 things for £5. In America, right? You do that. You go to the till. It's £5. Whatever. Why don't I have the whatever? Do you know? Oh, that would suck.
I didn't really get where that additional $2 came from. And it turns out that sales tax is applied at the point of sale, whereas in the United Kingdom, what you see on the price tag in the aisle itself is exactly what you'll pay for that item. So there's no surprises when you get to the till. I should say that, you know, I think in England, even when I'd go grocery shopping, I didn't calculate in my head each item as I went along. So I never really had a great idea about what that total was going to be anyway. It's usually when you're just purchasing single items. This problem first arises. But anybody that's visiting America from the UK who usually doesn't give a second thought to VAT, you will have to give thought to sales tax, which is kind of the equivalent here of VAT.
Wait, wouldn't it be really confusing still in America, like if you're buying really big items, so like let's say a car or something, would you have to like try and calculate it beforehand, because like they're gonna add on thousands at that point?
And like I said, that sales tax is not applied to the whole store before you even go in. You'll see it applied to your receipt after the fact. It's not a huge deal. I got used to it.
You'll get used to it
after a couple of years. One thing I'm still getting used to though is our final entry.
Brand.
Yes, brand differences. And I'm not talking about, you know, this particular brand that you simply can't get an equivalent of in the UK. No, I'm talking about the exact same object, or typically food item, that has the same font and everything and look about it, but a completely different name. Take, for instance...
Wait, Walkers and Lays. I know for a fact he's going to say Walkers and Lays.
Axe versus Ligs.
Wait,
they're deodorants. Don't eat them. I'm not suggesting these are all food items, but if you are a 14-year-old boy, you know what Axe deodorant is, or Lynx. They are exactly the same thing. They both have an X in it, much like an inordinate amount of brand differences, actually. You've got TJ Maxx versus TK Maxx. You've got ExxonMobil versus Esso. You've got Dove versus Galaxy.
Wait,
Alexa, what are they going to change?
Wait, why is it different names if it's the same? If it's the same company, why is it different names?
Change your name to... I don't have Alexa. That was just a joke. But if you're from the US and you go over the UK and you're walking around the shopping aisles and you're looking out for crisps/potato chips,
Lay's,
and you see one that looks a little bit like Lay's, you know, Lay's, the American crisp company.
I don't understand why is it different names, but I don't get that.
It'll be called Walkers.
Because it's the same company, so either call it Lay's or call it Walkers, like everywhere, right? It makes no sense.
But it has the exact same font. Everything else about it is the same, except for some of the flavors, bear that in mind. And some of the chocolate seems to live in an entirely different universe. Literally, in some cases, like I said before, the British Galaxy bar is Dove in America.
Yeah.
Milky Way is Three Musketeers. And Mars is Milky Way.
Wait. Oh my god, no. Okay, for any British person going to America, this is going to be trippy. And vice versa. It's going to be trippy. I'm gonna get that Milky Way thinking it's a Milky Way just in a different packaging, but then I'm gonna end up with a Mars bar. Like,
it's all one star cluster of monumental differences, and of course there are absolutely loads. So next time you're in the other country, why not play a game of, oh look, it's that thing we have back home, but they call it something wildly different. Isn't this fun? You know, you might get bored after a while, but send me your pictures. It will be amazing. That's it for this episode. Let me know in the comments below some of the observations you've made over the differences between a British supermarket and an American grocery store. In the meantime, if you
interested, I kind of want to go to an American grocery store now and just see how different it is, and just I kind of want to see all the different food names and see what I'm gonna end up getting when I get the same item over here. But really interesting. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If you guys enjoy, make sure to leave thumbs up, subscribe for more content. I stream every single day on twitch.tv/L3WG. If you guys want to check me out over there, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.